What's going on, guys? I just want to let you know real quick that this video is sponsored by Squarespace. From websites and online stores to marketing tools and analytics, Squarespace is the all-in-one platform to create a beautiful online presence and to run your business. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the video. It is 9 o'clock in the morning on Monday. Today's our rest day. We just did a full travel trip down to RGV over the weekend and played what was probably the craziest game that I've ever played in my entire life. I'll talk about that. Absolutely insane. But today's just my rest day. Full on, just hanging out, letting the body recover, do maybe a little bit of active recovery, which I'll show. But I thought it'd be interesting to kind of show what today looks like. So I got 10 hours of sleep last night, and I'm still feeling a little tired just because that game against RGV was so insane. But pretty good. I mean, that's what the main thing I always say for resting and recovering. It's sleep, it's food, and it's hydration, it's water. So like people really neglect that and they focus so much around the active recovery and the foam rolling, the ice baths and whatever, and that's great. But the main thing you have to focus on is sleep, food, and water. So 10 hours of sleep last night, fantastic. You can't really do better than that unless you do 11 hours of sleep, but yeah, great. Anyway, for breakfast, I have to actually leave here in 20 minutes. So I'm just going to make I'm going to make a quick cup of coffee, just have that right now, and then head off for the little coronavirus testing. I have to go and get another COVID test because we're doing that every single week for the rest of the season, just to make sure that we try to keep that bubble around our team and around the whole USL as best as possible. So it's just kind of become part of my weekly schedule. It's not bad at all. I mean, I've done the brain tickler test, and this is just a throat swab. It really isn't that bad. It takes like 5 minutes. So I'm just going to head down there. It's like a 10-minute drive, come back. And that's pretty much the fun part of my day.
Thank you.
Thank you. So these coronavirus tests are super easy. We get our time that we're supposed to be here. I have all my teammates are all kind of lined up, or 5 of us are. So we show up, you give them your ID, you tell them your name or whatever, they go run off and get your testing equipment. It takes a few minutes, they come back, they do a quick throat swab, which takes 30 seconds, and then you're done. So it's not bad at all. And the whole purpose of this is to make sure that we're keeping that bubble around our team coronavirus free, so we can continue to train, continue to play, and continue to have a season. So I'm completely fine with that.
Hey, how you doing?
Pretty good, how about you?
Good. Can you tell me your first and last name?
Matt Sheldon.
Okay, open up real wide for me. Real wide, tongue down. Perfect.
All good. Okay, so for breakfast, I'm gonna go with a pretty big breakfast because I'm starving and it's already 10 o'clock in the morning. I haven't had anything yet. I'm gonna go with eggs, veggie sausage patties, and then just a lot of fruit, and then probably a Greek yogurt on top of that as well. So we'll cook all this up, and that will be breakfast. And then my mentality too when it comes to eating in the off day, I really don't eat less during the off day, just because I just kind of view it as more of a refueling day and a recovery day where I need a lot of protein, I need a lot of carbs, I need to get healthy fat in my body. So I just kind of eat how I normally would and kind of go off hunger. And yeah, with the goal of just getting a lot of protein in to kind of rebuild all the muscle that I've broken down from the games, from the full week of training and everything. So that's kind of how I view eating during the off day. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is write in my goal journal. This journal, I really don't talk about it as much as I probably should. I write probably a page entry 2 to 3 times a week, talking about my training, talking about how I'm feeling mentally, physically, everything. my goals and ambitions for the week, for the month, for the year, for the season, whatever. And I just kind of like write my thoughts, feelings, and everything that's kind of going on. There's no rules, there's no like structure to it. I just kind of just write what's on my mind, write what's been going on in my life with my training, in soccer, off the field, on the field, whatever. And then also put up my goals, like what's my goal for tomorrow, what's my goal for the week, what's my goal for the month, what's my goal for the rest of the season, that kind of stuff. So I'm going to write about this weekend when we played RGV, which was the craziest away trip that I've ever experienced in my life. And that's saying a lot, since the last away trip that we did was against Austin, and we traveled 9 hours down there only to have a player on Austin test positive for coronavirus. So then we got the game canceled and had to drive all the way back. So yeah, it's been a very, very interesting year so far in 2020 with our season. But I'm just going to write about that. I'm going to write about the game, just talk about all that kind of stuff, about how I felt. I felt really good defensively. I thought it was one of my best defensive performances so far. But yeah, just write about it, talk about my goals and all that stuff. Okay, so now is like my work time, like my work block. It's like 11:45 in the morning right now, so probably for the next, I'd say 2-3 hours, I'm just gonna power out all the Become Elite work that I wanna do for today, which is like answer all the emails that I have just backlogged over the weekend of not even looking at them. I have a Zoom call at 12:30 with a customer who purchased a one-on-one Zoom call with me, and then I have to do like the normal stuff like posting to Instagram, maybe do a little bit of video editing, writing a little script for 2 Minute Tuesday, doing the research for that, which I'm going to film in a couple days. So just kind of like just sitting here doing a whole bunch of computer work for the next 2-3 hours, and then probably power out a little nap to try to even recover a little bit more on the sleep. So here we go. Okay, I am going on another exciting trip. I'm headed to the grocery store because I almost got no food left. That was some good English. I am almost out of food. Like I've talked about before with this whole coronavirus and the regulations with the USL and everything, and keeping the bubble around our team so that we can play, really the only places I go are to the stadium, to the grocery store, and to do COVID testing. So it's really boring, to be 100% honest. I really miss going to restaurants. I really miss just hanging out with teammates. I really miss doing all the extra stuff, going to movie theaters, going to flying tee and hitting golf balls and just doing all that kind of stuff. But, like you have to take a step back and look at the most important thing is to play. That's the most important thing. I just want to play. And for me to play, I have to follow the rules and regulations. So, these vlogs and all in my life in general are not very exciting, but I don't think anybody's having the most exciting life right now. But yeah, here we go. Here is one of my only trips out of the apartment ever to go get groceries. It's honestly been pretty tolerable weather outside. It's been like 88, 89 degrees lately. It's like a cold front or something coming down from the north. That's tolerable now. It's like 89 degrees. I completely worked through lunch, so I'm starving. It's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and all I've had is that breakfast. So I'm gonna put the groceries away, make like a quick smoothie, and have like a snack, and then I'll have a really big dinner, probably around like 7, 8 o'clock at night. So that's the plan. Okay, here is my late snack / lunch. I'm gonna go with a handful of strawberries, an orange. I'm gonna probably have like 2 handfuls of pistachios. This is like my treat. Boom Chicka Pop, sweet and salty kettle corn, so I'm gonna have a little bit of that. And also for protein, here's like 40 grams of protein, muscle milk protein, whey protein powder. I'm gonna have this. So this is my snack, not the biggest lunch, but yeah, I kind of missed it. But I'm gonna have a really big dinner, like salmon, sweet potatoes, all that stuff. So I'm gonna have this, and I'm actually gonna do a little stretching routine, like active recovery kind of session, just to work on mobility a little bit, because we played
2 days ago. Actually, I guess if it was yesterday since we played at like 2 a.m. But yeah, so feeling a little tight, feeling a little sore from that game. So I'm gonna get a nice yoga session in. So in our game against RGV, it was like the hurricane was kind of like going through there, and the storm, it was just a crazy storm down there, and all the rain and the water and the hurricane brought like crazy amounts of mosquitoes to the point where players were slapping like all over the field, just slapping off these mosquitoes. It's one of those things that like you don't even know how bad it was until you actually were there experiencing it. But it was my worst experience ever in my life with mosquitoes. But my legs, I had 2 socks on and my legs are just covered in mosquito bites. My arms are not too bad, but there's still a lot. But I am going to do my own yoga and stretching routine that I like to do on my own channel. If you guys are wondering where Mimi is as well, she has to do like the typical, like every 3 months she has a doctor's appointment that she has to go to in California. And like I've talked about before, thanks to the American healthcare system, it's cheaper to actually fly there and do the appointment in California and stay at home in San Diego for a bit than it is to try to get that same appointment done in Oklahoma, which is just whatever. So here we go. Hi guys, Matt here from Become Elite. So right now I got a ton of asparagus and onions cooking on the stovetop, and then I got a lot of salmon and some roasted sweet potatoes down below, so that's gonna be dinner. Okay, it is about 8:30 at night. I am just eating dinner. It just came out pretty well. Looks pretty good. So I'm gonna eat all this and then pretty much just watch a movie and head to bed. So that's pretty much the rest day. It's just kind of like recovering as best as possible, doing maybe a little bit of active recovery, but just eating some good food, getting a lot of calories, getting a lot of protein in, drinking a lot of water, and resting. So tomorrow I can have a good training session and then just finish out the week because we got St. Louis next weekend, another away trip. I think it's our last away trip. I'm not 100% sure. Before this video ends, I just want to quickly talk about the sponsor of this video, Squarespace. Like I said, whether you guys are looking to create an online store, to create a website, or for marketing tools and analytics, Squarespace has it all. It really is a simple, all-in-one platform to really give you the tools to run your business and create an online presence. Every Squarespace template design supports all major content types, including pages, galleries, blogs, commerce, calendars, and more, so you guys can create a very clean and sharp looking website. If you guys are a coach or a personal trainer or something like that, you can easily add online booking and scheduling tools to your Squarespace website. That will make it very easy for clients to see your availability and reschedule if needed, taking all the hassle out of coordinated calendars. You also can create a real sense of community on your Squarespace website with fully integrated commenting system that supports threaded replies, comments, and likes. I'm sure you guys have heard this about 1,000 times already, but Squarespace really is that simple, easy to use platform to really help you run your business and to create an online presence. So go check out squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/becomeelite for 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Thank you very much to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Anyway, I'm gonna eat this, watch a movie, and then go to bed. So I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. All right guys, peace.